Hello my friends, today I will show you how to create awesome animation in Photoshop, hand-drawn animation like this one over here. We will go through the process on how to use timeline, how to make the animation, and how to export them as GIFs or videos. So let's start this from the beginning, and it's very easy to do, so do not get intimidated. Super easy to do, just follow these steps. First thing I would like to do is create a new project. And for that, I will use a 1920 by 1080 72 ppi and say create. Command 0 to fit to screen. Now I have this dialog over here. If you do not have it, this is timeline. So go into Windows and make sure timeline is checked. You see, if I uncheck mine, it goes away. So I'll go to Windows and timeline. And there you go. Now this is our background. Now we have to create a video layer. For that, I will go to layer over here and I will go to video layer, new blank video layer. And this is where our animation will happen. So as you can see, this layer 1 over here, this is our video layer and it has the video like movie strip on the corner. And this is our background. If I create a new layer, or if I'm on the background and create a new layer, this is just a static layer. You see, it's not a video layer. This is video layers. These are static layers. You can also see the video layer when I click on it here. This one, it's blue, and the static layers are purple. So the static layers are just like picture layer, just like you will edit your photos in Photoshop. But they are very helpful, and I will show you exactly why and how to use them. Now, with my video layer selected, the first thing you want to do is to go into this few lines icon over here in the corner, and the first thing we want to do is set the timeline frame rate. I'm sorry, I can't even speak today. Timeline frame rate. For animation, usually you want to be like 12.5 to 15. We'll stick with 12.5 for this one and say okay. Great. Now we have our timeline. I'm just gonna draw something really quick to show you the basics of all the tools, and then we'll create that handwritten text animation. So I have my layer 2, which is the purple one, which is just a static layer, and I'll make this one as a reference layer. So what I mean by that, I'm just gonna do D for default so I can work with black with my brush. I will just create the ground. So this is it's just a layer for me to know that that's the ground, and we'll animate a little ball going up and down. So that is my ground. Now into the video layer, I can go into I'm on the first frame, and I will draw a circle. So we'll just draw a circle. I'm not good at drawing, so it's just gonna be what it is. So we draw our circle. Now we want to move to the next frame. To move to the next frame, you go over here over display buttons and click on the one that takes you to the right. There you go. Now we're on the next frame. We cannot see our circle anymore because we moved into the next frame. So let's go back. This is our circle. We move in the next frame. We have no circle. If we want to see exactly where we need to draw now, there is one more setting. We need to go over here onto the lines and say enable onion skin. So now this circle of mine turned into gray. So that shows me where my ball, if you will, was in the previous frame. So now I can draw it again and move to the next frame. And I'm gonna draw a few of them, keep going, move to the next frame, just to, pretend that it's wiggling a little bit, anticipation, wherever you might. We'll just do a few of those. Now the ball, it's going to bounce up, so I need to make it squish down first, to push itself up. So we're gonna make a squished one. And like I said, I'm terrible at drawing, I'm terrible at animation. I don't do this kind of stuff, but I do understand how to use Photoshop. So that's what I was trying to tell you. So now we moved to the next frame and we make our ball going that way, move to the next frame. And this time, let's say it goes upwards, it gets elongated. It's very bad drawing, I know. It flies even more upwards, goes to the next frame, and it goes higher to the next frame. Maybe this time overlaps more like this, and now our ball got bigger. Make sure you keep it the same size, but this is just for demonstration. And over here at the top, it kind of stops. So we'll just make it hover there for a second. Move to the next frame. This is just to show you how the program works, and then I'll show you how to do that text, because that's really what I wanted to show you, how to do handwritten text animation. So now we hover there for a little bit, so now the ball goes down. Go back to the next frame, just like that. This is basically what is happening. And just a few more. There we go. We get back to our ground. So this is what we have so far. If we take this play button and take it all the way to the beginning and we play it, you see, this is our animation. So I can take it back. Let's play it again. That's how it works. Now let's do our text animation. I am going to create one more. If I go to layer, video layer, new blank video layer. So I'm creating a new one. You put it where my play head was. I'm just going to move it back here in the beginning. And this one that we made before with the ball, I am just going to delete it because I don't need it. I don't need my reference ground either. So I have the background. We can add a color layer if we want to. Let's add something like a blue, something not too annoying. We'll do something like that. And I will move this one in here as well. And now I need another reference layer where I will have my text. So for my text, I will go to T for the text. And the text I have here is Roboto Teen. And I am just going to type in animation. Great. I'm gonna take the move tool and double click it and just make it a lot bigger so we can see what we're doing. We'll go with something like that. And that looks okay. So here is our, oops. Animation, Command T to move it, and I will move it over here. Great. So now this is our reference layer, so I can trace it with my brush. So now I have to make sure I'm onto the video layer. I'm at the beginning, and with the brush I will choose a bright color so I can see what I'm doing. So I'll go here into the color swatches and let's just make it, let's say, red. And I'll say, okay, I have a very small brush. This is just 9 for the size. And I will trace my word. So it's not the easiest thing to trace with the mouse, but we can do it. There we go. Great, so we traced it and now we go into display and move to the next frame. And I still have the onion skin turned on. I'm going to go and turn it off because I don't need to see it. Great. So now into this frame, I have to trace it again. You can make some really cool animation with Photoshop. I am terrible at drawing, so I cannot do it, but I've seen people create really amazing things. And after we create this animation, I will also show you how to export it if you want to export it as a GIF or a video file. So there you go. Now I want this animation to change color. You don't have to change color. If you want to keep it all with the same color, just keep drawing it, maybe at least 10 times over it, over and over. But I will change colors. I'll go here and all I will do is just go into this hue and change it to a little bit more orange. I will say okay, okay. And now I'm moving to the next frame over here, and I am tracing it again. I'm only gonna do a few frames because, you know, I don't want to make this video an hour long. For the demonstration, for the video that I showed you in the beginning of this tutorial with the little animation handwritten thing, I think I did like 12 layers of this, 12 frames of different colors. So I'm going to the next one. Maybe I want to change the color even a little bit more here. So I'll go a little bit more into the yellow, click OK. I'll do this one will be the last one, even though the more you do it, the more layers you have, the better it will look. But we'll just keep this short. So this is my last one, I promise. There you go. So this is our last frame. So now I will take my video layer and just, you know, make it to the size of the frame that I have. And let's see. Yep, that was good. I think I deleted my last frame. Oh, I think it's good. And then I'll also shorten these other ones. And let's see. All right, so that is our animation now. And I need to go back into the settings, and I can have it as loop playback. So that way it will just play back over and over and over. So make sure this one is checked. So now let's push our play button and see what we have. Just like that, we have a little squiggly. You know what? I made a mistake. We have to turn off this animation type that we did because you can see it through behind. So make sure you turn off your reference layer. So let's see again now. And there you go, a little squiggly animation, hand-drawn animation. When you are ready to export this, I will show you how to export it now. You will go to File, and you can go to Export and Render Video. And if you do this, then you will save it as an MP4, as a video layer. And keep the format at 264, keep everything the default, the size, it's the 1920 by 1080 because that's what the video we created. Remember in the beginning, the, you know, new project size. And then just render it and save it. Make sure I put mine onto the desktop, but you can save it wherever you want. So this is how you would export it as a video. And if you want to export it as a GIF, then go to File, Export, Save for Web. And here you can save it as a GIF. And the best settings for this, make sure you are here where it says preset. Choose the one on the top. It's GIF 128 deterred. I don't know how you pronounce that. Then make sure you have GIF over here. And for the colors, I have 128. If you have the best quality, you would pick 256, but that will give you a huge file. So I like to stay at color 128. And then, you know, the image size, the same that we planned for, 1920 by 1080. And for the quality, I just keep mine on the default one, and that seems to be all right. And then click on Save, and this is how you will save it in whatever location you chose. Now, I already saved mine onto the desktop, so I will show you again really quick. If I go to my desktop, I have my GIF, and to play it, you would right click on it and say open with, and let's say I open it with Safari, and this is our animation GIF. I hope you learned something new and this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Skyler Ewing, and I'll see you in my next video.